It's time for part 2 of building out a Delta Battle of Mogadishu battle belt. If you haven't already, check out part 1 of this video where I talk about how to pick out the right belt for your impression. And let's talk about what goes on a belt like this. With first-hand accounts, good photos, and just a little bit more research on my part and the parts of many others, we have figured out how to come up with a good Delta belt. As I mentioned, we start with my custom duty belts. And 3 of the easier things to find that I do put on it include a magazine pouch. This is an Alice one, an LC1 to be specific, although any later one, as long as it's still in the older style green, is gonna be just fine. And they kept ordnance in these the majority of the time. And I'm sure it was okay to carry magazines in these, but SOP from my understanding was that grenades were very common in these. And that's gonna be an entirely separate video. We've got some cool stuff cooking. But I wanna place this pouch sort of along the back to the side. I know my pistol's gonna sit somewhere around here, when we'll get to that soon, but I want this to kind of be behind it. Something that I can reach for with my right hand. So I'm going to pull those slide keepers up and place this kind of towards the back. You're gonna have to play with this on your own particular setup, but for me, this is kind of what I like to have. Because while this will be heavy, I will definitely be balancing out on the opposite side. Okay, now we're clipped on. In the middle of the back, I'm going to put one of the largest pouches here. And this is a saw pouch. Used as general purpose, keeping magazines, or whatever else you needed, this rides right in the middle of my back. So it is easily accessible by both hands, and it has a large top flap, so I can open it easily. Now, this can be attached with slide keepers, but there is also a belt loop here on the back that you can use. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I might clip the slide keeper just to help it from sliding around, but this loop is perfect. So I'm going to open up my belt and slide this doohickey on right in the back. Bam, right there. Okay, it's going to slide right up against my magazine pouch, and I'm going to force that slide keeper on. And yeah, if I wanted to, I could do both, but I think for now, just having the one is gonna keep this nice and sturdy. Just to show you what I'm seeing here, here's what we've got. And next to that is the last very easy pouch to find. I'm gonna slide this over just a tad, and I'm going to put on an Alice canteen cover. Again, LC1 or LC2, as long as it's in the older style, older color, you're gonna be just fine. And this one is in beautiful minty condition. Here, I'm going to attach this on the opposite side of that saw pouch. And while I'm doing this, let me talk to you guys real quick about how you can support videos like this. YouTube has been on a streak of demonetizing some of my videos, and to keep all of this coming to you, I did start some new initiatives. Number 1, just be a part of the community. Liking, subscribing, sharing these videos helps me get these videos out to you, as well as a Discord, which I just recently created. Link in the description below. But if even that's not enough, I did create a Patreon and a YouTube membership program, which gets you guys exclusive access to files and documents that I've made for my impressions, as well as some exclusive content, depending on the tier that you're on. You might even get some sneak peeks and some decision-making skills. But anyway, this is the belt that we're looking at now. I've got my 3 pouches right here, and that's gonna ride perfectly right along the back. In fact, I may shift this over just a tad because we don't have a ton more going on this side, but I still want to leave some room. This side is where the heavy stuff comes in. And let's talk about all those rare pieces that we're gonna need to complete this belt. First things first is a pistol magazine pouch. This is one that is in the AWS style, that rigger custom style. And this was made by Squadron Sew Shop. Because let's be real, getting one of these in the wild is near impossible. In fact, I don't personally know anyone that has a real one in their collection. I'm sure they're out there, but they're very hard to find. So a reproduction is gonna be your best bet. Again, the AWS style. I have personally not seen any other style used by Delta in this time period, particularly that 1993 Battle of Mogadishu period. So this is what you're gonna wanna go for. And Squadron Sew Shop does a fantastic replica for a decent price. So attaching this, I want this to be readily accessible by my left hand. So when I reload my pistol, I can easily grab it, like you would with any other modern battle belt setup. And this is going to slide along the back right here and Velcro right over. Beautiful placement. I can cinch it down with the adjustment strap right here. And on the back, next to my canteen, is my pistol bags. Now, speaking of that pistol, that's what's gonna have to go on this end. And you have a couple options. It's not many, and they're both, again, near impossible to find, so repros are gonna be the way to go. The first of which, and probably the easiest reproduction to go for, is an AWS style holster. This also was made by Squadron Sew Shop and attaches very normally as any drop-like holster would. Right here, wrap that over your belt, cinch it down, you got the leg strap, and you're good to go. However, I'm not necessarily a fan of this design in general. The retention is okay, but it really flops around, which is why guys like Brad Halling and many other in the Delta sphere went for the Safariland holsters, the hard shell style. And that's exactly what I have here. This, however, is one made for the Glock, and it's got a 6004 slide cover right there to keep the pistol from falling out. But truth be told, it does work well for the 1911. That's not falling out. And for me, until I get an original, that's going to be just fine. I do want to find one for a fair price, so wish me luck. But here's the other thing. A lot of these holsters that you'll see come with the later furniture and the later strap retention system. I got this one from Squadron Sew Shop, and you'll notice it's different in a couple of ways. It doesn't have that standard modern Safariland buckle, that kind of rounded one. This is the old style that came on the old Safarilands. And in addition to this, it also has an upper leg strap right here. This provides 2 levels and 2 points of contact to the leg, which is going to be way more secure than just one with a floppy holster. So overall, it's a little bit more rigid of a platform, and that's why I'm opting to use this in place of the AWS or a 1911 one from Safariland. I do want to find one of those, and when I do, you bet I'll be rocking it. But for now, let's attach this to the belt. So same exact way as any other holster is designed. I'm going to take this one strap off, pop this one up, and slide this over. Right here. Now that that's on, I'm going to cinch it down with this, and we are strapped. This right here is the Delta Duty Belt. There's plenty more that you can do with this, and of course there is adjustability and customizability. But for me, this is the option and setup that I find to be most comfortable. And of course, period correct. Just a quick one-time overview of what I've got. Have the belt, I have a double pistol mag pouch, and a canteen. Moving further back, I have the saw pouch, a magazine pouch which is used for carrying grenades normally, and my Safariland 1911 drop leg holster, the 3004 model. Again, this one's for the Glock though. I'll get there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me showing you how to set up a belt. Let me know what kind of things you use in your belt setup for your Mogadishu kits. There's, again, plenty of variation, and as much as I've thrown some references on screen, there's always more to be discovered. So thank you guys for checking out the video. This is the Gear.Locker. See you in the Moog. Did I use that for my helmet video? I don't know. We got more coming though. See you guys there.